Eo awoke with the dawn and a heavy weight on his chest. The dream, no, the vision, of last night lingered. He sat up slowly, listening. Outside, the sky was pale pink. A few birds called. But the hush was more pronounced today. He dressed and went outside. The fields were empty, no one walking. His neighbor, Amora, her face lined with worry, stood looking at a dead corn stalk. When she saw Eo, she hurried to him. Eo, child, they say the rainmaker fell last night. He cannot speak. The harvest moon is 2 nights away, and yet nothing stirs in the sky, she said, her voice trembling. Her eyes glistened. Eo nodded, though he had no answer. He watched as she turned and hurried away. He swallowed, remembering the drum, the whisper. Did he truly awaken something? Later, Grandmother Nelly came to him. She looked at him with eyes both sad and proud. You were out late, child. He told her, haltingly, about the drum, the glow, the voice. She listened, quiet. When he finished, she sat, her face in her hands, hushing her breath. You have heard them, she said finally. The ancestors. It is rare and dangerous. You must not speak of it to most. Only those to be trusted. Some will not understand, they will fear or mock you. Will they punish me? The chief? Eo asked. She shook her head. We must be cautious. But we must also act. The ancestors have sent a message. And we must listen. I will help you, but carefully. By midday, word spread, the rainmaker, Ifani, lay unconscious. The healers stood around him, trying herbs, chanting. The crack in the canopy above allowed sunlight to gild his pale face. Villagers whispered. Some blamed spirits, others blamed the chief, others said perhaps the ancestors were angry for forgotten promises. Eo stayed close to Grandmother Nelly that afternoon. She taught him old lore, stories of how ancestors spoke through wind, through rivers, through drums. She showed him carved symbols, a baobab, a river, a spiral, all signs in the sacred grove. She said, the message must refer to something we have done wrong. We must find where we strayed. Night came. Eo could not sleep. He slipped outside again. The village was dark. He walked toward the grove, the place of ancient trees that once stood in reverence, but now many had been felled for farmland. He passed empty fields, a few stumps, roots twisting. He paused where a great baobab once stood, now only a stump remained. He whispered to the darkness. Show me the way. The wind stirred. Leaves rustled somewhere. He felt cold at his back and turned, nothing. He gripped a stray root, leaning forward. He sensed movement, maybe a spirit, maybe just wind. His heart pounded, but he stayed. He felt the silence around him, heavy, expectant. Suddenly, a branch snapped somewhere. He jumped, heart in his throat. A figure emerged, Grandmother Nelly's face behind him. You should not come here alone, she chided gently. Eo exhaled heavily. I couldn't stay in the hut. I must know what they meant. She nodded. Together they walked deeper. She carried a lantern. The dim light illuminated mossy stones, twisted roots, soft leaves. The ground was damp where water once ran. They walked until they reached a pool, remnant of a stream, now shallow. Moonlight slanted across it. Here, she said. In old times, water flowed here. Ancestors' path. This was sacred. It is defiled now. She knelt and traced fingers in mud. She looked up, tears in her eyes. We have built over their paths, chopped their trees, ignored their names. The message is clear, remember. Suddenly, a low rumble shook the earth. A gust of wind flung leaves into the air. The lantern flickered. A voice, faint, came from below, a whisper, return. Restore. Remember. Eo's heart thundered. He grabbed Nelly's arm. She nodded. They stood, shaken. He realized the ancestors were not silent for no reason. They had warnings. And now Eo must decide, will he heed them, or pretend none of this is real? They left the grove quietly, the night deep about them. When they reached the village, the wind died, and all was still. Eo looked at Nelly. She placed her hand on his shoulder. We begin tomorrow, she said. We find others who remember. We plan. The drum, we must understand it. But we are not without hope. Eo nodded. His resolve hardened. The ancestors had called. He would answer.